Hi guys, we are back with another video. How was first day of home-based learning? Hope that everything is okay, but even if there are some teething issues, that's fine. Just make sure that it is a productive day and we will get better as we go along, yeah? So in today's video, we are going to be focusing on how to increase your productivity during this period of time. So I have prepared one simple tip for us in this video. And let's get into it. How many of you guys actually feel more lost and also uncertain during this period of time? Like there's just this tiredness that is bugging you and you don't really know where is the source of it. In actual fact, it might be because that during this period of uncertainty, we are put in this situation that we have to keep adapting, and because we keep adapting, we have to constantly make decisions. And there's this term known as decision fatigue that many of us may be experiencing. And what's more, humans are creatures of habits. What does that mean? It means that now that we are put at home, a lot of times we associate home to be a place where we finally wind down after a full day at school or at work. And home is a place to relax. And now you're asking me to do work at home. Somehow our brain just cannot flip over to that mode so quickly. Plus, as we are trying to make sense of what is going on during this period of time, it is like neither a work day where we are not supposed to be at home, we should be in school or at our workplace doing our best. And it is also not like a holiday where we can just be around home, relax, and just take things easy. So our brain is really working very hard to try and make sense of how should I really just, go through this period of time. That's where routines can come in to help you. Alright, so now let's talk about what is the purpose of routine and how routine can come in to help us in this type of situation. How does new routines help in this whole situation? By having new routines, it greatly reduces the amount of decisions that we have to make right from the moment that we wake up or as we go through the day. So that is how we can reduce and delay ourselves from reaching that decision fatigue that was previously mentioned. And secondly, it also helps us overcome the inertia of getting started. A lot of times, like what I have previously mentioned, when we think about home is the place for us to relax, and hence the inertia for us to get up and start being productive becomes a lot higher. So that's where routines can help us get over that inertia. Okay, so now we are ready to start preparing our routines. If you have not checked out the video that was uploaded yesterday, do check that out and try and do that before preparing your routines, because having an action plan or having that goals set up will really help you decide on what are the routines that you want to put into your life. Okay, so check it out at the corner right here. And just like the other video, I have also prepared a simple template for you to use if you are keen about that. If not, you can always grab a piece of paper and a pen and you can do the exact same thing. Alright, let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to plan for is your morning routine. There's a Chinese proverb that goes like, 好的开始是成功的一半. What does that mean? It means that if you're going to have a good start, it's equivalent to winning half a battle. And that's the whole idea of good morning routines. If you have good morning routines, it will start your day right, and more often than not, your rest of the day will be more productive. So that's what we are going for. So let me give you guys a quick example of what a morning routine can be. It can be really brainless stuff like what time do I wake up and what do I do right after I wake up. For example, for myself, it will be wake up, make the bed, go wash up, brush teeth, and all of those stuff while listening to podcasts. Why listen to podcasts? Because that is part of my action plan that falls under my self category and under growth. Yeah, so I like to listen to some podcasts to get my mind into that productive zone, and I think that really helps instead of scrolling Instagram or something. Yeah, so that stresses the importance of having an action plan. And after the morning wash up, what I will usually do is that I will try and put in some form of a workout. After the wash up, I will usually go for some sort of a workout, whether it is stretching or something that will get me sweating. Yeah, so that is a simple morning routine for myself. And after the workout, I will go for a wash up and then I will get started with my day. And you can see from that example that it is something that is pretty brainless, but why is it so important is that number one, it reduces what I need to think about when I start my day off, especially in that groggy state. You don't want to be thinking about, can I lie on bed for another 10 or 15 more minutes? You just want to get up and get started. So having all this routine in place sort of kicked you into that autopilot mode, and then before you know it, you're ready for the day. So it's a good thing. Try it out. Pause the video right here. Go and decide on some of the morning routines that you would like to incorporate. You can use the template that's uploaded on the website. Don't worry so much about the stars, and we will get into that in a short while's time, right? So just decide on your morning routines and just tier them accordingly. Which one first, followed by which, so on and so forth. Alright, so pause the video here and then you can go plan out your morning routine. I'll see you in a short while's time. Great job finishing up on your morning routines. Now we are moving on into the work routines. So for myself as a person who is working, I need to edit videos, I need to maintain my website, I need to come up with content. So I need to make sure that I remain productive in those sense. And if you are a student, then you will need to make sure that you have covered enough revision and learn something new for each day that is passing. You also need to make sure that you finish up your homework that's assigned to you. So in order to achieve those things, you can put in some routines to help you. Part of the reason why you want to set new routines is to help us gain more control during this period of uncertainty, right? So if certain routines can mimic your existing way of life before this period of time, that may actually help you with the transition. One of the suggestions that I can think of is to set a countdown timer which mimics your school's timetable. For example, if each period in your school is 30 minutes, then you may want to set aside a timer that will beep every 30 minutes to remind you that, hey, that's actually a period. So you can use that to give yourself some structure and help you gauge time better. And of course, that will improve your productivity, right? Not forgetting, another purpose of routine is to help us reduce the inertia of getting started, isn't that right? That also translates into getting ourselves prepared for work when it comes to work routines. So some other examples of work routine that I have is, for example, getting a glass of water ready before I sit down for work. And that, once again, is related to the health segment of my action plan. So you see, all of these things are tying up together. Okay, so invest the next bit of time to set in some routines to get you started when it comes to work, and I will catch you in the next segment. Great, so we have all the other things more or less sorted out. Now, for the last segment, it's really just like a etc. category where you will put in any other things that does not fit into the previous two categories. So under this segment, put in other routines that you will like to incorporate into your life, and most of this I realize is really just tying back to the action plan that we have mentioned before. So for example, like you want to review your day more regularly, maybe you would like to set a routine for that. 10 minutes or 5 minutes before bedtime, which is at this certain time, that can be a routine as well. I would like to just go through my day and write a journal about it. Something like that will fall under this category. So take a pause right here and think about any other things that you would like to make it easier for you to do. And if there is something like that, then perhaps think about a routine that can get you started on doing these things. So I will check back in with you right after you're done with that. Awesome! So you have all your routines nicely written out. Now is the next challenging portion, which is what most of you, I believe, will be concerned about, which is how do I realize, or how do I make these routines happen? A lot of times we set the routines, we cannot make them into routines because we can't seem to follow through. I have prepared 2 strategies to cope with that. So number 1 is to increase the amount of accountability that you will need to give yourself with regard to making this into a routine. Number 1, print out this whole document. If you are using our template or using any other digital version to prepare your routine, print it out, paste it at somewhere that you can see regularly. Don't be afraid to print multiple copies and just stick them all around at places that you commonly frequent. For example, if you really like to lie on the couch a lot, print a copy of your routines and stick it there and say, okay, I need to focus up on this, or couch time is only between this time to this time, something like that. And if you use a handwritten copy, no problem, write a few more copies and then stick them around, okay? And also, in this first strategy about increasing the accountability, share your routines with your family, because now that everybody is in close contact with each other, a lot of times the things that other members in your family does can actually interrupt your own routines. And we want to minimize that, because those disruptions will make it harder for you to form your own routine. So have a good conversation with your family members, share with them what you hope to achieve from your routines, and I believe they will support you. And in fact, you can also think about how you can incorporate them into your daily routines. For example, getting them to join you in the morning exercise, and that will increase the chances of you really exercising, because imagine those days that you feel slightly lazier and then you have your brother, your sister, or even your parents come and nudge you and, hey, boy, or hey, don't be lazy, come, let's go and have our exercise. Or vice versa, you may be the one encouraging others to do it. Yeah, so share it with your family members, and that will definitely help you in making all these routines happen. And perhaps you can even write your routines together. Since you have gone through this video, you have some ideas about how to design a good set of routines, then you can teach them and help guide them to form their own routines. If you're not keen about teaching them to do up the whole routine thing, then perhaps just show them this video. Let's move on to the second strategy that I've put in place. So if you open up the attachment that is in the website, you'll see that we have this 3-tiered star system, which basically just means easy 1 star, moderate 2 stars, and challenging being 3 stars. What I would like you to do is to rank each of the routines that you would like to do, and this vary greatly between people. For example, some people may find that waking up at a fixed time is the easiest thing to do. Basically, just set the alarm clock, when it rings, I wake up. But for some other people, it may be the toughest thing to do. So my point being that it may be a 1 star for some people, while for other people it may be a 3 star. So what's the purpose of ranking these routines based on the star system? What I will advise you to do is to first aim those routines that are of the 1 star category. Once you have managed to achieve these easy routines, then you can move on to the moderate and finally to the challenging ones. And it is really true that with more momentum, after you prove to yourself that you can actually form routines, and that will really make the subsequent formation of routines much easier. And it really just boils down to the amount of confidence that you have in yourself. With that said, that's all for this video. Hope you have taken something out of this, and hope that you have at least designed some routines to guide you for the rest of this period of time. Drop a like if this video helped you. Comment down below on how the whole process go and whether you are ready to tackle this period of time with all the routines put in place. And yeah, I would love to hear from you. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the very next video. Take care and bye!